My name is swethaganesan and you are watching Freedom Channel. The buzz of today is all about the Freedom Riders. The Freedom Riders were a group of African and American civil rights activists who launched a series of bus trips through the South to protest against segregation in interstate bus terminals. In 1961, CORE, which is the Congress of Racial Equality, undertook a new tactic aimed in desegregating public transportation throughout the South. These tactics became known as the Freedom Rides. The first Freedom Ride took place on May 4, 1961, when 7 blacks and 6 whites left Washington, D.C. on 2 important buses bound for the Deep South. They intended to test the Supreme Court's ruling on Boynton v. Virginia, which took place in 1960, which declared segregation in interstate bus and rail stations unconditional. In the first day, the riders encountered only minor hostility, but in the second week, the riders were severely beaten. Outside Anniston, Alabama, one of their buses were burnt, and in Brigington, several dozen whites attacked the rides, only 2 blocks from the sheriff's office. The goal of the civil rights activists was to challenge laws which segregated the transportation during the civil rights movement. The civil rights activists were greatly inspired by Gandhi, who stood up against discrimination by the use of nonviolent methods. He is responsible for developing great theories which make him one of the most important people in history. He also saved India from the British colonial rule, by using nonviolent ways, which the civil rights activists agreed is better than using violence. Because of their freedom rides, the civil rights activists were able to In 1961, bowing to public pressure, the Kennedy administration finally convinced the Interstate Commerce Commission to issue another desegregation order. The new policies took effect in November 1, 1961. As a result, passengers were allowed to sit wherever they pleased on interstate buses and trains. White and colored signs were removed from terminals. Separate drinking fountains, toilets, and waiting rooms were consolidated, and lunch counters served all customers regardless of skin color. As you can see, the Freedom Riders actually made a big difference in history. Thank you for watching Freedom Channel.